Wow. I mean, this is just incredible.
From the top of the mountain, you can truly sense the enormity of this presidential mountain carving.
We've got Abraham Lincoln's nose right over there.
Few people ever get to see it from up here. For one, it's a little dangerous.
It's a nice spot by Washington's head, but we can't get too close to the edge because that is a very steep drop.
When I was just 11 years old, I made a secret trip to the top of Lincoln's head. Back then, I wasn't allowed to tell anybody about it. This time, our guide is Blaine Cordemeyer, one of a handful of people who have actually gone over the faces of Mount Rushmore.
Does it ever get old for you to be up here?
Never.
Stop. We're on top of Mount Rushmore. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
He goes over the faces every year to inspect for cracks. And in 2005, Blaine was part of the team that gave the monument its first and only cleaning, a power washing of the faces.
You went over Jefferson's head and you power washed.
Yes, I did. Descending over the face is always hard to do, every time.
Yeah.
But it gets easier over the course of a day.
One little known fact about Rushmore: Jefferson's face was originally carved on the other side of Washington, but concerns about the structural integrity of the rock on that side scuttled the plans, and the original Jefferson was blasted away. And just behind those massive heads, another Rushmore secret.
Over here at the back of Mount Rushmore, the face is on the other side. But here, in this tunnel, a hidden story about Mount Rushmore.
We got special permission, almost never granted, to go inside this unfinished part of Rushmore, a project nearly as ambitious as the mountain carving itself.
This is the Hall of Records.
This was going to be the place that stored America's most treasured documents. What? The Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Gettysburg Address. We're all going to be here on display.
As the heads were being carved, workers dug this tunnel into the solid granite behind. It was supposed to hold the nation's founding documents. This drawing, done by Lincoln Borglum, the son of Rushmore's sculptor Gutzon Borglum, shows what a finished Hall of Records was supposed to look like. But in 1939, Congress pulled the plug on the project, saying the only work to be done was to be on the faces of Mount Rushmore.
They only worked on this tunnel, this Hall of Records, for 1 year, 38 to 39, 1938 to 1939.
We ventured deep into the tunnel, where inside the very back wall, we found some of the original drill bits used to carve Mount Rushmore.
This is pretty cool. What we have here, we have a drill bit, 2 drill bits that were actually used in the making of Mount Rushmore in the Hall of Records. So these are, at least 85 years old. That's when all the work stopped here.
More than a half century after Rushmore opened to the public, an addition was made to the unfinished hall, a secret time capsule for the ages. Underneath that engraved stone, there's a titanium vault, and inside that, a teak wood box holding copies of America's founding documents etched in porcelain.
Right behind the faces is a time capsule that tells the story of America's first 150 years.
On that stone marker, the words of the sculptor about that monument, quote, carved high as close to heaven as we can. Breathe a prayer, he wrote, that these records will endure until the wind and rain alone shall wear them away.
George, it was an extraordinary experience to basically follow in the footsteps of me as an 11-year-old going up to the top of that mountain. Back then, I was able to do it because of work my parents were doing, going out, finding and interviewing the people that worked to create Mount Rushmore. This journey, very much like that last one. The one big difference I noticed, though, is there is a heck of a lot more security around that mountain. They really don't want anybody on the top unless you have permission. And thank you to the National Park Service. We did. George?